WP, you're a guardian angel that watches over children. You often play with them when they're too young to remember. One day, you are shocked when a teenager calls you by name. I cooed and made faces at Marissa as she giggled in her stroller. Her mother absently pushed the stroller back and forth as her 5-year-old, Jeremy, ran around the playground screaming. The mother was running on 2 hours of sleep and just trying to hold it together. I did my best to keep Marissa content. Such a happy little girl. She turned bright red and her eyes crossed PPPP paraperp. Marissa giggled loudly. Seems like Marissa has happily filled her diaper. You are on your own for that one, Mom, I chuckled. Only so much I can do without being seen. Such limits can be tough, but it is the burden God has given me. I strolled around the playground as Alyssa got her diaper changed. Kids laughing and running, inventing complicated games, so much happiness. Everywhere but there, a bench on the far side of the park. A teenage girl sat slumped and brooding. Black hair, black fingernail polish, black clothes, a studded collar and a dozen or so visible piercings. She could be the textbook example of teenage goth. I walked by wishing I could do something. I'm forbidden to allow myself to be seen by any human over the age of 3. I shook my head. The sadness radiating from this girl was palpable. Sarah Sopholes? The girl asked quietly. Haven't ever heard a human say my name. All the humans I interacted with were far too young. I stopped and looked at the girl. She was staring right at me. It is you, she gasped. Can you see me? I asked in my special voice, the one only babies can hear. The girl gave me an odd, confused look. Why did you leave me? She asked sullenly. I needed you. I need you. Her sorrow was a swirling storm that was rapidly changing into anger. I sat down on the bench beside her. What is your name? I asked softly. I did my best to radiate calm, trusting in angelic abilities to soothe her growing anger. Brit, she snapped. She took a deep breath. Brittany Saul. I remember little Brittany. I remember every child I have cared for. 4,000 years of adorable little faces, each a precious gem in my mind, special and unique. I smiled. I remember you. You lived in the house with the green front door and the tiny white dog. You were happy and content, laughed often and had the most tremendous burps. I laughed at the memories of her. That was a long, long time ago, Brit said wistfully. I remember playing with you, the funny faces, the games, hiding in the closet like it was a big adventure when Mom and Dad fought. Brittany let out a sad sigh. Then one morning you were just gone. Not even a goodbye. Her eyes grew cold and distant. You just left me. I am so sorry, my dear. I don't get to choose when I come and when I go. There are rules that we... Angels, Brit interrupted. Yes, that angels follow. My mission to care for babies, to keep them from harm, to protect them mentally and physically until I am called away to protect another child, I explained. You weren't done protecting me. Who was supposed to protect me? Brit seethed. I didn't have an answer for her. Our way was to follow our orders, trust that God has a plan, that he will bring in another if needed. I reached for her hand, gently enclosing in my own, letting my strength and calm flow into her. She doesn't want to hear platitudes, doesn't want to hear about his divine plan. Sadly, I have nothing else to offer her. I don't get told the plan, I don't even get a glimpse of the plan. I scanned the playground. Marissa, Jeremy, and their mother were gone. I didn't feel them pulling at me. Closing my eyes, I extended my senses, opening myself up to the fabric of reality, to the woven tapestry of every living thing. I couldn't find them. I was blind to them. This was my signal that my time with them was done, that I would be moving on to a new charge. No need to hurry. I would feel the pull of my next mission when he decides I should. There you are, you ungrateful brat, a disheveled man spat angrily. Brit instantly tensed, squeezing my hand harder than I thought she possibly could. Get up, he demanded, pulling on Brit's arm. You need to get home and make some supper. It's not like the little uns can feed themselves. This was not her father, not the caring, loving man I remember from her childhood. Hatred twisted through this man's soul, fettered and infected, lashing out at anyone he could. No, Brit yelled, pulling her arm out of his grasp. I'm not going back. He didn't hesitate. He swung his open hand at her. I was on my feet and between them before his hand could land on her, buffering her from him by mere millimeters, letting his feeble blow hit me instead of Brit. He squealed, grabbing his hand. What the fuck was that, girlie? He swung a wild haymaker at Brit, which I casually deflected, sending him tumbling to the ground. His eyes grew big in confusion and fear. How'd you do that? Fuck it, you get home right now, he screamed. Brit put her hands on her hips, standing up tall. No, she said, not loud, not in anger. Confident and sure, she stood her ground. I am never going back there. The man got up, swearing and cursing, stomping back the way he came. Brit was a coiled spring of tension as we watched him walk away. She didn't begin to relax until he was out of sight. She let out a ragged, sobbing breath as she pulled me into a fierce hug. I'm free of him. Oh my God, I'm free, Brit sobbed into my shoulder. I eased her back down to the bench, letting her release the years of pent-up tension. She cried until the sun began to set and then fell asleep in arms, knowing she was safe. I watched the sun slowly set, setting the sky ablaze in oranges and reds. The temperature started to drop, so I surrounded us in a blanket of holy flame, warning us softly. "What do you have planned for this girl?" I asked out loud. Not that I was expecting an answer. Even angels rarely got an answer.